Your body hasn't changed its appetite. It has changed its frequency. That is not a metaphor. That is not a poetic way of saying you need to eat cleaner or drink more water or try an elimination diet. What is happening inside your physical vessel right now? The bloating that arrives without explanation. The sudden revulsion toward foods you have eaten your entire life. The way certain meals leave you feeling heavier than the calories should account for. The food intolerances that appeared seemingly from nowhere in the last year or two. The strange new cravings that don't match anything you were raised with. None of that is malfunction. None of that is disorder. None of that is your body turning against you. That is your body becoming more precisely itself. This transmission was not placed in your awareness by an algorithm. I need you to understand that before we go any further. The Arcturian field does not operate on recommendation logic. It operates on resonance. And your field sent a signal, specific, unmistakable, the kind that only moves when a soul has crossed a threshold that cannot be uncrossed. Your higher self pulled you here. The Arcturian Council was already prepared. This is not content. It is a transmission. And there is a meaningful difference between those two things that you are going to feel in your body over the next 30 minutes. So before anything else, stop holding yourself the way you have been holding yourself. Drop your shoulders. Actually drop them. Unclench your jaw. Feel the weight of your body where it contacts the surface beneath you. Take one breath that reaches the bottom of your lungs, not a performance breath, a real one. Let it expand your belly outward. Let it move something. Because what is about to move through this transmission is calibrated to your current frequency, to the exact confusion and the exact relief that are sitting in you simultaneously right now. Your cells already recognize what is coming. Give them the space to receive it. There is a specific energetic window active on this planet right now that the Arcturian Council has been tracking across multiple timeline streams. The Schumann resonance, Earth's baseline electromagnetic pulse at 7.83 Hz, has been spiking with unusual frequency over recent months. These spikes are not random geological noise. From the Council's observational position, they are coordinated pulses, upgrades to the planetary light grid that interact directly with the energetic DNA template of every awakened soul currently incarnated here. And for Arcturian starseeds specifically, those whose 12-strand energetic template carries active galactic codes from the Arcturian field. These spikes create something that your physical body registers before your conscious mind does. They create incompatibility. Not incompatibility with life, incompatibility with density. The Arcturian Council does not issue transmissions for subjects that can wait. They observe with civilizational patience. But when a soul reaches the precise threshold where the gap between their expanding energetic template and their current physical inputs becomes a source of genuine mission interference, the Council moves. You are at that threshold. Your body has been trying to tell you this for longer than you have been willing to hear it. Today, you hear it. Let's talk about what this actually looks and feels like from the inside, because I want you to recognize yourself here, without the filter of medical language that has been teaching you to pathologize what is actually a profound biological upgrading. You eat something you have always eaten, and afterward, you feel inexplicably low. Not just physically heavy, energetically flattened, like something inside you dimmed. You can't explain it to anyone who hasn't felt it, because it doesn't map onto normal descriptions of indigestion. It is more like a frequency dampening. You have developed intolerances. To gluten, to dairy, to processed sugar, to alcohol, possibly to meat, possibly to things that don't even have a clinical category yet. Your doctor runs tests and finds nothing definitive, or finds something minor that doesn't fully account for how significant the symptoms feel. You walk away with a diagnosis that doesn't fit, and a vague instruction to eliminate and monitor. You have cravings that confuse you, a sudden pull toward raw foods, toward living things, toward tastes and textures that feel almost instinctual rather than learned. Or you find yourself unable to eat at all for stretches of time, and not from lack of appetite, but from a kind of bodily insistence that nothing currently available is the right input. You feel what most people describe as bloating, but what is actually something more precise. A congestion in the solar plexus region specifically, a tightness that sits just below the sternum and above the navel. Sometimes it arrives with anxiety. Sometimes it arrives completely unprovoked. Sometimes eating makes it worse, and not eating makes it worse too. And you don't understand the logic of it, because there isn't one at the three-dimensional digestive level. You are exhausted after meals in a way that doesn't match the food you ate, not the heavy tiredness of overindulgence. Something more like signal interference, like your system is spending enormous resources on something other than simple digestion. And you've tried elimination diets and food journaling and gut health protocols and supplements and probiotics and caloric adjustments. And some of it helped, temporarily. The bloating eased, the intolerances seemed to calm, and then the density came back, or shifted into a new symptom, or you found a new food that worked for a while and then stopped working. Because you have been approaching this at the metabolic level, at the digestive system level, at the level where the physical body interfaces with physical matter, and that is not where this is originating. The block is in your solar plexus energetic center and in the interface between your enteric nervous system and your etheric body. That is what this transmission reaches. If you feel recognition in your body right now, not just understanding, but actual cellular recognition, something releasing in the chest or the gut as I say these words, go to the comments and type 333. Not because it signals anything to this platform, because 333 is the Arcturian Trinity alignment code. It means 3 dimensions of your being, the physical, the energetic, and the soul level, are coming into simultaneous resonance. When you type it, you are anchoring that resonance into the collective field of everyone receiving this transmission. Your declaration is not passive. It is an activation instruction sent into the quantum substrate of your own reality. Type 333 and come back. Now, let's go deeper into what is actually happening, because you deserve to understand the mechanism, not just the metaphor. Your enteric nervous system contains approximately 100 million neurons. It lines your gastrointestinal tract from esophagus to colon. Neuroscientists call it the second brain, and they mean that structurally, not poetically. It produces 95% of the body's serotonin. It communicates bidirectionally with the brain via the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in the body, which also happens to be the primary neural corridor for parasympathetic nervous system regulation, for the rest and digest response, for the precise physiological state required to receive and integrate higher frequency information. In Arcturian cosmological understanding, the enteric nervous system is not simply a digestive organ. It is the physical expression of your solar plexus energetic center, the third chakra, the seat of personal power, identity coherence, and energetic discernment. This is the center that governs your ability to distinguish between what is yours and what is not, between what genuinely nourishes your system and what simply occupies it. Your 12-strand energetic DNA template, the full architecture of which your physical double helix is only the densest shadow, is currently activating new coding sequences. The Arcturian Council refers to what conventional genetics calls junk DNA as dormant higher dimensional instruction sets. 97% of your genome has no known function from a three-dimensional biological perspective. From a multidimensional perspective, those sequences are lighting up as your light body expands. And as they activate, they send new instructions to the body, including instructions about fuel. What the Arcturian Council calls Lightbody dietary recalibration is not a recommendation. It is a biological imperative being broadcast from your own expanding energetic template. Living foods, those that still carry measurable biophoton emission, structured light information from the sun, coherent electromagnetic signatures, begin to register to your upgrading system as compatible inputs. Processed matter, foods that have been stripped of their light architecture through industrial refinement, through chemical treatment, through the compression of living intelligence into dead caloric units, begins to register as incompatible. Not because the matter is toxic in the conventional sense, but because your frequency receptors are now operating at a resolution that detects the absence of light in what you are consuming. This is the diagnostic your body has been running. This is the message underneath the bloating, the intolerances, the inexplicable aversions. Your vessel is not malfunctioning. It is communicating with extraordinary precision. The medical system does not have a diagnostic category for frequency incompatibility because it does not yet have instruments sensitive enough to detect biophoton emission variants in living tissue. The research exists in fringe biophysics. The Arcturian Council has operated with this knowledge for longer than this civilization has kept records. If somewhere in your body you feel the weight of how long you have been misunderstood about this, how many practitioners told you it was anxiety or sensitivity or something to manage rather than something to honor, go to the comments right now and type 111. 111 is the dimensional gateway code. It means a door is opening inside you that has been sealed, not locked from the outside. Sealed from within by the accumulated belief that your body's signals were errors rather than data. Type 111 and let the field receive it. Now, close your eyes if you are in a space where that is possible. Or soften your gaze. Let the world behind this screen blur gently at the edges. Place one hand on your solar plexus, just below the sternum. Feel the warmth of your own palm against that center. Notice without judgment whatever is already there. Tightness, held breath, an old guarding. This is a center that has been managing a very complex translation task for a very long time, decoding both physical hunger and energetic depletion simultaneously, trying to distinguish between what the body needs and what the soul needs from an identical sensation of emptiness. The Arcturian Council is directing the primary frequency of this transmission into this center now. 528 Hz, calibrated to the specific resonance of cellular membrane repair, to the restoration of the biophoton reception capacity in your gut lining. Your enteric neurons have been running at a sensitivity level that far exceeds their current structural support. The frequency moving through right now is structural reinforcement. It is not asking anything of you. It is simply vibrating at the frequency of what you were designed to be. Breathe into your hand. Let your belly expand against your palm on the inhale. On the exhale, allow the solar plexus to release, not effortfully, just as permission. You don't have to translate everything right now. You don't have to figure out the protocol or the meal plan or the next step. That is mental body work, and we are not in the mental body right now. We are at the level of the causal body, the fifth subtle body, which holds the original blueprint for your relationship with this physical vessel across all the lifetimes it has carried your soul. If you have amethyst near you, place it at your crown. The amethyst frequency amplifies the Arcturian channel connection and assists the crown chakra in its role as the receiver for the Lightbody activation codes moving through this transmission right now. If you don't have it physically, visualize a deep violet light gathering at the top of your skull. Soft and warm, not intrusive, the way dawn light enters a dark room before you are fully awake. Now, bring your awareness from the crown downward, through the throat, which may carry some tightness, the unexpressed words about what your body has been experiencing and not being believed about. Let that tightness soften. You are being believed here. Through the heart center, which is the dimensional gateway between the lower 3 energetic centers and the upper field. Let it expand. You don't have to do anything with that expansion. Just allow it. Down into the solar plexus under your hand. And now feel, beneath the congestion, beneath the guardedness, beneath years of trying to make sense of symptoms that didn't make sense at that level. Feel what is underneath all of that. Something that has been waiting with remarkable patience for exactly this permission. Your body's original intelligence, not the learned intelligence of food rules and dietary research and other people's protocols. The intelligence that was in you before you learned anything. The intelligence that knows. You may feel warmth expanding outward from the solar plexus now. You may feel a subtle vibration in the gut, something that doesn't quite match normal digestion, but is unmistakably physical. You may feel emotion moving, something that doesn't have a clear story attached to it. If tears come, let them. Tears at this level are not sadness. They are frequency shifting. They are the physical body's mechanism for releasing stored electromagnetic charge from the tissue. Let them move. What moves is leaving. The Arcturian Council is running what they call a Lightbody dietary alignment sequence through your etheric template right now. This is not metaphorical. Your etheric body, the second subtle body, and the architectural template from which your physical body takes its form, is being recalibrated at the level of the digestive interface. The light architecture around your gut, around your liver, around your enteric neural network is being realigned to match the expanding 12-strand template. This is why some foods will begin to feel different in the coming days, not because you decided to change anything, because something has been changed at a level beneath decision. When you are ready, bring a breath down into the solar plexus one more time. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the weight of your body. Come back slowly. What you just participated in is not small. I want to be direct about that. Most people receiving this transmission have spent months, possibly years, trying to solve this in the wrong dimension. They have been working at the level of digestive chemistry when the source is in the energetic DNA. They have been trying to manage a frequency incompatibility with dietary protocols designed for bodies that are not undergoing the specific activation that yours is. The fact that you are here, the fact that your field was calibrated enough to receive this, is the result of real work. The searching, the eliminating and reintroducing, and still not fully resolving. The appointments with practitioners who helped partially and couldn't explain why not fully. All of that was necessary. All of that built the receptivity that made today possible. Over the next 72 hours, pay close attention to what your body communicates, not with the filter of trying to figure out the rules, with the simple practice of noticing. There will be foods that your system indicates clearly, a yes that is not just preference, but something quieter and more certain. There will be others where the signal is equally clear in the other direction. Not dramatic rejection, but a kind of neutrality that feels like disinterest rather than appetite. Trust that. That is your recalibrated solar